Hello YouTube, this is J Money, aka Jamil, and I was supposed to make a tournament report yesterday for how I did on the Fort Worth Regional. However, I did a bunch of moving yesterday, took all day. In case some of you still have not noticed, I look above the mat, I am on carpet, my chairs are gone, tables are gone, both living room and kitchen. And so all that's really left is like one couch and a mattress, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, there is a deck profile I did on a guy's channel as channel is Scrubs for Hire, and I'll have my profile linked in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But anyway, how did I do during the regional? Well, let's see. I was at the last round, table 32. They were doing top 32. Last round, table 32, I lost out to a Pure True Draco match. It was pretty disappointing, but needless to say, I was proud. I did pretty damn good. I was at the top tables most of the day, between tables 20 and 10. Also, a lot of people didn't really think the deck was good. A lot of people didn't think the deck could be at the top table, but it was. I beat a True Draco Zoo, 2 Pure Zoo. One of the guys didn't show up. And let's see. I had 3 losses. My first loss was against Dinos round 3. We went to game 3. He opened the stones. I opened the stones, but he went first. He made his Trish, his VFD, and his conductor. Ain't nobody beating Dinos if they make that kind of shit. So I can't really expect anyone to break it. I mean, even if you break it, you're not gonna win. But let's see, round 6. Yeah, round 6. I lost to True Draco Zoo. Again, another game 3 loss. He had order on the board the whole time, which really wasn't a problem for me. After I got rid of the order, I proceeded to play my Waterfront Field spell. He let that go, and then I activated Brilliant Fusion. He flips over Magic Deflector, and I kind of lost on that one. And, he had another one set anyway, so it really didn't matter. And against, what's his name, round 8, the last round, Pure True Dracos, he had warning all 3 games. Game 1, I played Brilliant Fusion, he flips warning. I set the recover and passed. He ran it over, and he was confused. He thought I was just playing some random deck. I play Waterfront, he's still confused, scratching his head. And, by then he puts up Ignis Heat and Dynamite, and he swings with both. I finally drew the piece I was missing to start my combo, but he still had 2 sets. And he still had an Ignis and a Dynamite, and he still had a Diagram on the board. And so I just gave him the game 1, just so I don't reveal what I'm playing. Game 2, did my whole combo. Put my Gamma Seal with the Waterfront. I negated 4 cards. I negated 2 of his diagrams. He played the Terraforming. I let that go. Searches the 3rd one. He activates it. I don't negate that. He sets a trap and tributes for Ignis Heat. And he tries to blow up my firewall. I proxy drag and destroyed my Shine Ball instead, adding 2 more counters, giving it 4. And he tries to swing at the my I forget what he tries to swing at. I forget what he tried to swing at, but I go firewall to try and bounce Ignis Heat. He chains Ignis Heat. And then I just negate with Gamma Seal Banish, and he goes main phase 2, he activates Card Demise and negate that. And he lost game 3, he went first, he had warning again. And he proceeded to go on his second turn, and already having Majesty's Maiden, he puts up Ignis Heat and Masterpiece, and he OTKs me. Didn't think True Dracos can OTK, but it's what else. But anyway, what am I doing this video? I did promise earlier that I would make a video based on ABC combos, but there is something I still miss regarding World Chalice, and that is the fact that I've talked a lot about the tech choices of the deck. I've talked a lot about tech choices and how it's a deck full of techs, but I haven't really explained or haven't gone over just how many techs the deck can play and what all can they play. So that's what this video is going to be about. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, I'm going to start off with like potential engines you can play. The first being the most, first off, there's two builds. It's either a Venus build or a non-Venus build. It's just plain and simple. If you're not playing Venus, you're playing Gofu. You can't play both. It's not going to work. Let's start off with a Kaiju engine. Not necessarily a Kaiju engine, just the Gamma Seal engine. The Kaiju engine can get cited, but this one is probably the most popular. This is what I played with in regional, and so, it's another addition to the deck, like a brand new addition I made. So I still have the recover, I still have the Nat Beast, I still have all that, but I have found space for more options. So it's like, yeah, I can have the recover and I can have the E-Telly, or I might not. But in case I don't, I have another option in terms of locking you down. I have another option in terms of negates. How it really works is you get access to waterfront, whether it be by terraforming, or whether you just hard draw the waterfront, and while you're linking, you're just going to stack 5 counters in no time. You're going to add the Gamma Seal. It doesn't take away any counters, and you're going to special the Gamma Seal on defense off the firewall effect. And with Christia on board as well, that's just more or less good game. Your opponent can't really do much about it. Or your Time Lord engine for another engine that you could potentially play. Now, all these are they do take not too much space, but in a deck like World Chalice, it does take, you kind of need all the space you can get. So the thing about this engine is that it enables you to go second. Kaiju's can enable you to go second, but if you give your opponent Gamma Seal and have waterfront on the board, you're pretty much just defeated yourself, essentially. With this, this build gives you an edge, a slightly bigger edge if you're going second, because Zaphion can spin all the back row, Medion can bounce all the monsters. They can't be destroyed by battle by card effects, which is pretty huge, unless, of course, you have nothing but Zodiac Exceeds are going against and they have a Whiptail, then that kind of sucks. But it also gives you a slight option going first. Biggest problem with World Chalice decks is that there's nothing that gives us access to Lee. Nothing. We can access literally every other thing in the deck except Lee, which gives us access to the best card in the deck, Legacy. Time Maiden is a level 1 Light Fairy. You can special it, even if you're going first, and you can have the Venus, but if you don't have Lee, you kind of lose. You don't really lose, you just can't make a really good board. But if you so happen to have the Transmodify in your hand, which I've come into, it's been very common, you can just special Maiden, Transmod into Lee, and you have your combo. It just gives you more options, and you can also banish Maiden from the graveyard to summon a Time Lord. If you already have your combo, I would just special Tribute, search Zaphion, because generally your biggest problem is back row. Search Zaphion, you're fine. One other thing. So, if you're not playing the Venus build, or if you're going for like this flashy, like triple firewall spam, playing Rescue Ferret is a great addition to the deck. You can special it from the deck with things like Summoner Monk. You can special it with Firewall. You can search it with Rescue, which if you have the space for Rescue, then, be my guest, you can go ahead and play it. Again, only in the GoFu build, though, in my opinion, my personal opinion, because it takes up less space. Rescue Fair, you can play a bunch of really niche, nifty things, like, you can bust out Sangan and Dandelion. Yes, it's an Ultra Jump first, but, you can link into your whatever the hell you want. Summon 2 tokens, use Sangan, add Maxi. You pretty much win if you're going first. You know, Rescue Fairy gives you a lot of utility. You can summon Zephyros, you can summon, you can do like crazy like Gotems combos. It's stupid. So now that we've covered all the engines, let's go to the individual tech cards. You know, let's go. White Elephant's Gift is 1. You could really only use it in the Venus build because you have to send a face-up non-effective monster to the graveyard as cost. You can't send tokens to the graveyard, so you can't really use it in the Gofu build. But again, great card, excellent card. Painful Decision. If you're playing a little bit more vanillas, you can make great use of this. A lot of times you'll have a handful of effect monsters, but it doesn't seem to do as good if you don't have any vanillas. You know, you can have the Lee, you can have the Legacy and all that mess, but if you don't have a vanilla, you can't make your Imduke to get your extra normal for the Legacy, and you can't start plays. So Painful Decision is good there. Unexpected Die gives you an instant vanilla from the deck. I ended up cutting it during the regional, and I kind of regretted doing so, and I might just throw it back in at 2. Reasoning, because there's really no correct level to call in the deck. You got your level 2s, your level 3s if you're playing the Fire guy. You have your level 4s, which is your Beckend. You got your level 8s, which is your Christia. You got and your Gamma Seals. You know, you got fucking level 5s. There's just, you know, there's so many different levels. There isn't really a right thing to call. Let's see, we got Swinging Memories and Silent Doom. They're really more or less the same card. They bring back normals. This one brings it into defense. This one brings it out in any position. I mean, you can swing with it, obviously, because you can summon it into attack, but it's destroyed during the end phase. But most of the time, when you're playing these cards, you're just going to link with the monster anyway. Dark Factory and Max Production. A lot of people play Legacy's Heart. Probably because you can get back extra deck monsters, but I do like Dark Factory because there are times to where I have to use my Beckon early for a link because awkward hands mean I have to change up my play just to make a certain play work, and it's not optimal. And I know you can do it with Heart as well, but there are times where you need the extra Shine Ball to make sure your play goes how you want it to go. So that's why I play Dark Factory, just because it gives me the option to add back Shine Ball. Now the last thing I want to go over is my desired build for the deck. I won't be able to accomplish my desired build until Mannequin Cat comes out. Number 29 Mannequin Cat. It's a generic rank 2 that reads, you can detach a material to target a monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to their side of the field, which triggers its other effect, which is why you play the card. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, you can special summon a monster from your deck that has a corresponding attribute or type. So it doesn't have to include them both. Let's say I'm going mid-combo and my opponent discards Ghost Ogre, and I make Mannequin Cat later on in the combo. I can detach and I can force the Ghost Ogre out of the graveyard to force its effect out. Since it's a light monster, I can summon Christia straight out of my deck. If my opponent is discarded Maxi, if they're playing Zodiac, or like by some chance if I'm looking at a dark, let's say my opponent discards like a dark hand trap or something, I can use his effect, which doesn't detach, by the way, and summon like a Dark Destroyer from the deck, summon a Jinzo from the deck. Mannequin Cat is just too good. You can also just overlay with it before you end your turn and sit on it, and your opponent can special themselves and trigger the card, you know, inevitably triggering their own downfall. And so, yeah, Mannequin Cat is a really busted rank 2. I don't know when it comes out, though. But when it does, I will be playing these and I'll be playing Tri-Whites as well. Tri-Weeds, you can target 3 level 2 or lower normal monsters in your grave and special summon them from the graveyard. The reason why this is so good because it literally gives you triple value for activating one card. It's literally a +2 that doesn't cost life points on like Soul Charge. Now, I might cut her down to 2 because Shine Balls are also level 2s. So, I don't know. I might play one of her. I wish it was an Aqua though, but that'd be too good because you can make Toad. But anyway, that's all the text that I personally know about that you can all play in your World Chalice decks. Always play according to your play style. If you like spam heavy, flashy plays, rescue ferrets, and all that other stuff is probably the thing for you. But if you like more control and things of that matter, you can play Kaijus, you can play Time Lords. If you just want to go second, if you just want to have options for first and second, you could do that. But anyway, this regional was pretty awesome. Next video will be featuring ABC Buster combos. Very, very, very simple 2-card combos. Ever since Proxy Dragon came out, the deck got another boost. Again, with every single link or generic link or whatnot that just comes out, the Buster deck just gets even stronger. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much. Again, my deck profile for at the regionals, it will be in the link in the description below. And be sure to check out Scrubs for Hire because he's a pretty cool guy. So be sure to check him out. Maybe just give him a sub as well. So thank you guys very much. Thank you for your patience, and you guys have a good day.